Hello everyone and welcome to Naomi's Scrappy DIY Retreat. We are just doing 4 cute little DIYs today. 2 of them are out of the same material. So I just want to say thank you for joining me today, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, and please come back by hitting the like button, by sharing, by hitting the notification bell, and also hitting the subscribe button. So we are going to begin, like I said, we're going to be crafting these 4 cute Dollar Tree items, and here they are. The top 2 are just 2 little wreath ornaments, and that's it. So first, I just broke up a pack of these Merry little ornaments from the Dollar Tree, and all I did was I covered both sides and the actual sides with, it is called cherry red paint. It's acrylic paint. I think it's by Folk Art. So I just did a very light coat on the front and back and then let it dry. And I just used these fun little brushes that you get at the Dollar Tree. There's 3 in a pack, and they're like a little round chip brush, and I love them. Like, I love to use them even more so than I do the regular chip brushes. So after everything is dried, I'm just adding a little bit of dry brushing to this little ornament, and that's it. Like, that's completely it. So front and back, just a little bit of dry brushing. And then because it's a little heavier on the deer side, I couldn't get it to quite hang center if I centered the jute rope. So I just actually wove it in between 2 of the letters that you're going to see here in between the E and the R. That way I could place it how I wanted it to, and it would hang a lot better than if you just had a single jute cord on that. I hope that makes sense. And if you have a question about that, or if it just didn't make any sense at all, just let me know. But see, this is what it looks like hanging up. So again, I hope it made a little bit of sense. So for the next 2 crafts, you're just going to need these little Dollar Tree tags. No, they're not tags or ties. Some picks. I love this red and white buffalo check. And then this one came from the Dollar General, and it was only $1. And then the other ones came from the Dollar Tree. And I forget where I got that red twine from. I think maybe it was off of Amazon. I'll have to look at that. So all you do is, I'm going to be using 2 of these picks. You just wind them around to make a little wreath. And then I decided that they were too full, so I had to give them a little haircut. And I have to say, when you give these a little haircut, they are so messy. So here I am, just taking my scissors out and just giving them a little haircut all over the place. And what you'll also need to do, which you can't really see it in here, is you'll need to take your fingers and rub them in the opposite direction of the way that the little leaves, pine needles, there we go, the little pine needles are going. That way you can actually see what is actually hanging up, or not hanging up, but what is actually longer, what didn't actually get clipped. That way you can go ahead and run your scissors around the rest of it. And I really did give them a good hair chop. I just, for the look I was going for, I didn't want the longer needles there. I really wanted the shorter ones. And again, I love this ladybug. Like, I absolutely love her. And I was looking online today, and they have, oh my goodness, now I forget what it was, but they're so cute and they're so handy. And yes, the ladybug does take a little bit longer for these pine needles, but these pine needles literally stick to everything. Like, they do not want to come off, but I love it because I put it on my hand and it will come right off my hand too. So all I'm doing is I'm making a cute little bow for this wreath, and then I'm going to make something to hang it up with. So you'll see that in just a second. But all I did was I just trimmed the edges, and I actually dovetailed the edges on these. I just love this ribbon, like with the little polka dot. And I went back to the Dollar General and they didn't have any more, so it made me a little sad. But then I just made a little hanger, and I glued it at the bottom so that it wouldn't move on the wreath. And then I brought it up, I put a little knot in it, and then I just cut the little knot off. And that's it. That's all I did. But see, you can move it just a little bit, and I'm adding just a little bit more hot glue, so that way it doesn't really move around. You want to be able to take it off the tree and put it back on the tree and not have it move. And then all I did was I hot glued the little ribbon right onto the center of that. And then in a second, you're going to see that I'm taking those berry picks and I'm just taking off those berries. And at first, I just put single berries here and there, but I didn't really like the look of just a single berry. So these are actually the tinier of the berries. I have two different sizes there, a larger size and a smaller size. And I was putting, because of the ribbon already having dots on it, I wanted the smaller sized berry. But this, just putting a single berry, just, I don't know, it needed something more to stand out. So instead of single berries, then you're going to see in the end, you're going to see it's actually triple berries that are on this wreath. So it is so cute and I love it. If you made this along with me, can you share like what you, if you did anything different or if you've made something like this in the past? But I thought these were so cute and so easy just to make for a cute little ornament to put on your tree. This could go on a mini tree. This could go on a bigger tree. It's just, it would be great as a gift tag on a present. I mean, look at that. Isn't that so cute? Our second ornament is just going to be another one, another wreath. And all I did was I did the same exact thing, but I actually left it long and furry. I'm going to call it furry. So again, I started to make a bow here, but I didn't quite finish. I just started it. And of course, you can't see it in the shot because I'm terrible at making bows. And so it's like I get them closer and closer to my face, like I think it's going to make a difference, but it doesn't. So, these four were just from the Dollar Tree. I do believe. I could be wrong. They could have been from the Dollar General. Now I forget. So, anyhow, it wasn't that much for what I paid for them. So I just took the corners and I just glued them down at the bottom part of the wreath that I made. And it's actually very sturdy. Once you glue both sides on, it's very, very sturdy. So I was really happy with the way it turned out. And I'm not sure why I kept playing with it, but I think part of it was because I'm trying to hold it on there so it doesn't move. And then this is where I took the bigger berries and I just started cutting them off and adding them. And I wanted to pick one that was going to be closer to the red on the truck because the one set of berries was a very dark, almost a burgundy berry, which are beautiful, but I didn't really think that it went well with the color of the truck. So anyhow, I know I'm talking a lot and probably rambling on, and you're like, girl, why are you talking so much? Because we can see what you're doing. And why didn't you speed through this part as well? But I apologize. I say that a lot in my videos, but this is how I craft. So, um, and again, this was originally a really long video because I don't know. And honestly, for doing four crafts, I don't think it really took that long. But so here I just do single berries and I don't triple up the berries. I do single berries because they are a bigger berry. It kind of stood out. And so I just did them here and there all over the place. And then in a second, you're going to see that before I finish it, I believe before I finish it, I actually go ahead and add the bow and the hanger. And so we're going to see that in just a second as the next frame comes up because I'm speeding through whatever I do next. So I think I finish off the bow. And as you can see, I also dovetailed these bows here. And then I decided, oh no, I don't want that. And then I cut the one side of the bow at a different angle. So then I had to recut the other side to match. So that's why they are actually turned out, but I actually like them turned out. And the reason I didn't dovetail this was because I wanted more of the truck in the picture. And if I would have dovetailed that other side, I would have lost a lot of the truck. So I really wanted that in it. And I did the same type of bow as I did for the first wreath. I just hot glued it down so that it wouldn't move. And then I glued the cute little bow right on top of that so that it was just centered. And it's just so stinking cute. I just love this. And then I just added a couple more berries to it just so that way it would, just to even it out, I guess is the best way to say it. So again, and then I just took the Waverly white chalk paint in white, which I think I said, and just added a little bit of snow to the top of the truck, all the areas that snow would hit, like the roof, the hood, the fenders, and then also added it to the wreath, as a couple little parts to the wreath as well. But isn't that cute? Like, it looks like snow is sitting on the top of those wheel wells. I love it. Like, I love this so much. So I hope you like this too. On to the third craft. The third craft, which, you know what? I think I said there were four crafts. There were four crafts because the Mary was first. Sorry. I had a little brain lapse for a second. For this craft, we're using the two bells from the Dollar Tree, and you just want to rip it all apart. And I mean, it literally comes apart easy. The garland comes off really easy. Everything comes off really easy. It gets caught a couple times because of how it's hooked on there, but otherwise it comes off super easy. I did have a little bit, for some reason, a struggle on something else. And what I ended up doing, if you saw there, it kind of split. And so what I ended up doing, and again, it's like I can't see or something. And so I bring the item up close to my face and then it's out of camera shot. So what I ended up doing was I added hot glue to where the parts were supposed to be sticking into each other. That way, once it is made, it's not going to come apart. But you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't have had to have done that because this twine is hot glued all over the place, all over it, so it wouldn't have come apart. So again, I'm not thinking a non-necessary step that I did. So anyhow, what I did next was I added some twine to the top to go ahead and make the loop because I didn't want to forget about it, and I was afraid that if I didn't do it now, I'd forget about it. The twine, the jute you see in front of you is my favorite jute. And again, I don't know where I got it, but I love it. It's like flat, like almost braided, and it's flat. So it is one of my favorite because it will flatten up or it will squish more into a ball. And I just love the look that it gives, but I don't know where I got it. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to find it again. So once I run out of it, I'm going to be very sad. So if you have seen this and know where I might have gotten it from, can you just let me know in the description or in the comments below? Because I just cannot remember. I can't figure out where I've had it. I got it. I mean, I've had it for a while. So anyhow, again, I'm just making a little hanger at the top, and it's just simple. You can do this however you want it. I just tied it around the top and then I knotted it, cut it off at the top, and then I just knotted that. And then once I get that knotted, I'm going to come back in, and I realized that I made the knot way too long. I didn't want it that long. You could leave it whatever length you want, but I went ahead and redid the knot. So anyhow, all I did then was take some Waverly White and then just dry brushed it or brushed it all over the inside. And I just wanted this because I wanted, like, when you pick up the bell or if you see it hanging, I wanted it to look more finished instead of the white or the brown that the bell is made out of. So the next thing I did was I just took the inside of the bell and and I'm talking about the actual inside. Like, I hope you can see it well there, but it's the inside, and I just started putting the jute right around the edge of the inside of it. And then that way it's got a good finished look also on the inside. And then all I do is I take and I wind that around the inside part of that bell. And then when I'm done, and this took me, and I don't know why it took me so long, but it took me a while. And I think part of it was I was having a lot of string from my glue. And this was the Walmart glue again, and I'd used a couple other different kinds of glue. I found one glue and it stunk so bad. And I thought, like, for a while maybe it was the fabric I was using it on, but every project I used it on, it smelled so bad. And now I don't remember if that was the stuff where I got that one from, but this was out of a pack that I had reused from Walmart, and I'm not really crazy about it. But that's what I have here on hand. So again, it took me forever. So once I get around to the edge, Then I'm going to take it to the bottom of the base, and see, I'm just bringing it up now onto the top of the bottom of that base. And then I'm going to take that all the way around and just glue that, hot glue that down. Then once the base part of it is done and I continue to play with the glue, you know what? I honestly, sometimes, some days it is a struggle for me with the glue. It's a struggle with me for the bows. So I hope you guys, kind of watch along, not only craft with me, but laugh. It's fine if you laugh at me. I don't mind, because I laugh at myself. So I'm just going around, and then once I get done with the actual base, then I'm going to start on the side, the very bottom of the side. So this, I'm getting ready to bring this up to the side and start with the hot glue and this jute on. So again, I'm just, it's at the very base, and I'm just taking this and going, it's funny because I just saw the flash of the TV. Who knows what was happening on the TV, but all of a sudden you could see the flash of light. So I like to craft sometimes, depending on what the craft is, and watch a movie. And I just happened to be watching Christmas movies as I was making these ornaments. So, hey, let's do me a favor. Put your favorite Christmas movie down in the comment section below and let me know. For one, uh, I, you've suffered along with me for this long, so I appreciate it. And just because I want to know um, what your favorite Christmas movie is. And then I'll just, once you guys put a comment down below, I'll just respond and tell you my favorite Christmas movie. And tell me why. Maybe if you want to, you can tell me why it's your favorite Christmas movie. Maybe like it's a childhood memory or favorite part of it or favorite, whatever. So I'm gonna get ready to speed through this just in a second because you do not need to see me hot glue this. I mean, this took a while and I'm not sure exactly why. What I do want to let you know is that I ended up cutting the nubs off of the bell. So there was some parts that stuck out. I did keep some of them on, but for the most part, I cut them off because it kind of made the jute like sit on there a little weird, like there would be bumps and all that. So if you'll notice, there's hardly any nubs on this, and that is why, is because I cut them off. So now that we're doing that, if you have done this bell, and I know that I just said to put your favorite Christmas movie down below, but if you made this bell or have made any bells out of any material, let me know what materials you have used or what kind of bell. I know I need to get um, an Instagram page set up, because then you can share with me what you've done. And I really want you to share. And at first, when I thought I was doing this, I thought you'd be able to share it down in the comments below. But I don't think that's possible. I don't know. So if it's possible, let me know. If it isn't, let me know that as well, because I really do. I think I need to go ahead and set up an Instagram page. That way we can just share things back and forth. I really would love the interaction. And again, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for hanging in there with me on these videos. This is pretty new to me, and so I'm hoping to grow this channel. And so for those of you who are new, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you do subscribe, hit the like button, and then share it with other people. These are pretty simple. These are pretty simple little DIY crafts. This bell took the longest out of all of them, but it's just because of the wrapping. Anytime you do any sort of wrapping, it's going to take a while. But again, if you have your favorite Christmas movie on, it's going to be, I don't want to say a joy, but it's going to be nice to just sit there and watch the Christmas movie and craft this. So if you have like multiple that you want to do, this is the perfect time to do it. So I just finished off the top of this jute bell and just wound it around until it covered everything. And now I have this bag of like miscellaneous picks that I have. And so it's just pieces from other picks, and it's easier for me to put it in a bag than anything else because I can keep a hold of it a lot better and then throw it into my crafting box than having separate drawers for all of this. So I went back and forth with what I wanted to use, and I finally decided I was going to use this flat, and I don't know what's called, and it reminds me of a specific pine, and I can't even think right now of what it's called. If you know what it is, let me know in the comment section below. And if you've stuck around this long, thank you. Do you see the glue hanging off the bottom of my bell like a little clanger? So I ended up using this little flat stuff, and then I just made a little jute bow, and I also then put a pine cone in the middle. So at first I was going to put berries, and then I just decided I wasn't going to use that. So again, this is just jute twine from the Dollar Tree that I turned and I made a little bow from, and then just put a pine cone in the middle. And again, I apologize that this is out of frame when I did this, but as you can see, this is all it is. So I don't know. I kept playing with it and playing with it and playing with it. So you're going to see this in just a moment. I kept thinking, well, maybe I should add a berry. And you know what? Now I don't even remember if I added a berry or not. The the bell is not sitting in front of me, and I did this craft a couple of days ago, so I can't even remember. Nope, I'm putting everything away, so there is no berry on there. So okay, well, I would rather not do voiceovers because I don't think I'm very good at. But see how when you look inside the bell, it actually doesn't look that bad. It looks more finished because we use the Waverly white chalk inside, and it is cute. I mean, it is so stinking cute. I mean, look at that. It is so fun. So I love this. If you did any of these crafts with me, thank you so much. And I appreciate you crafting with me. Let me know what you thought of any of them. They are just so stinking cute and, again, pretty easy. So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that you will hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way, every time I upload a new video, you can be notified. And hopefully you will enjoy them as much as I do. Also, I hope that you hit that like button. It will help to grow my channel and let Facebook take notice. And I would love for you to share this with somebody else and bring somebody else over to this channel. And if you are a crafter, let me know what you do, or if you have or if you have a YouTube page, I would love to join with you in doing a craft. So again, thank you so much. I hope you have a blessed day and are a blessing to someone else.